Hey guys, NeroMD here, and today I have a special guest to play with, which is...
Erourk.
Yes.
Or however you want to say it, you can say Erourk, Erourk. Everyone says it differently.
Now, the majority of the players know him as the Laguna player. He's actually one of the very few players that I've seen him like just being stubborn on sticking to one character. Like, everyone knows Laguna is flat out shit. And I think
He is pretty bad.
yeah. And even though, and that admires me of Erourk, like he's able to stick with the character regardless of the character being shit, and he still persists on playing him. So that actually makes me wonder, Erourk, like could you kind of like explain like what makes you like Laguna so much? Like starting off with like his personality, like what makes you enjoy this character so much?
Well, the thing with Laguna is, if you ask me, he's the true hero of Final Fantasy VIII. Squall is the guy who is cleaning up Laguna's afters, if that makes sense. Laguna is the guy who is the true tragic character of Final Fantasy VIII. He's the guy who loses, well, spoilers from here, but he loses his wife, he loses his kids, but he still keeps going on. He's always got a winning personality, he keeps going on. He's always got a joke to have, he never lets the pressure get him down, he just keeps going on. Laguna is that guy who... Nothing ever gets Laguna down. You never see Laguna brood or, whine about his lot in life. He just does it.
Mm-hmm. And he also has like a lot of humor in his, like there's a lot of humor in his personality as well, like the infamous leg cramp and stuff like that.
Oh, of course, leg cramp and Laguna, for example, back in the first flashback when he sits on Julia's bed and she makes a joke and he shoots up, like really nervous.
Yeah, I remember that. Now, would you say that, would you say that the character, since you like the character so much, would you say it's like your favorite Final Fantasy character, or?
He's not my favorite, but he's very much up there. I mean, I'd say Vivi from Final Fantasy IX is above Laguna, but Laguna it is. I don't think Final Fantasy ever did a character like Laguna properly. I mean, maybe the closest would be like Jekt in a way. I think Jekt is very close to Laguna, but if Laguna went evil, it'd pretty much be like Jekt. That makes sense.
Yeah, like he's not really a villain.
Yeah, Laguna is pretty much just your happy-go-lucky soldier who had a bad-looking life, but he has a good outlook, and Final Fantasy VIII is pretty much his tragedy, and the ending, without spoiling it, is pretty much giving him closure.
Alright, so we'll play a couple of matches with my Tidus and your Laguna. Now, this is not going to be play to win, just for fun. But I also would like to know, like, what makes you stick with this character, like, even if he's like garbage. Like, aren't there other Final Fantasy characters in the roster that are fun for you, or that you like?
Well, they are other characters, of course. This is a bad state for Laguna, but okay. The thing with Laguna is, Laguna has this very... With Laguna, it's all about making your own pace. E-Shield is not as good as people think, but it does cause distance. It does make them think around that shield.
Yeah, like especially physical characters like Tidus and stuff.
Yes, exactly. So, say right there, you have to jump over that shield, so I can do a shield I can do a bazooka in time.
Yeah.
Right now, I can start firing off that. And as you can see there, you can be punished. People don't realise how easy it is to punish that shield, but
yeah.
Laguna is all about setting your own pace. So I can punish a dodge like that.
Yeah, correct.
Laguna is very bad. He can be punished, but you do set your own pace. He's one of those characters that does set the pace of the match.
Correct.
So right now, I can hide behind a shield. So look, like right now, what can you do? You can triangle around that.
Yeah.
I can do that. I can do that. I can do that, of course. But
I can do the energy.
well, let's say if you didn't do that, I could have had a home bazooka in your face, bazooka, and I can do that, like from that. You can assist change from that, but from like that one rocket charge, I could do that. I can then place this again and go back to it. Laguna is a character I love in this game because there's no other character that can set the pace like this. everything you can do, I can at least try and punish.
Yeah.
So, let's say you're rushing towards me, like that. So, I could...
Sorry.
Bad examples here, but let's say you're rushing towards me, I can start charging Home Bazooka like this. You dodged, so I can punish.
Yeah.
You're going to rush towards me, pop the shield.
Yeah. You're creating some kind of like spacing that I would not... Like, I would kind of have to guess whether, like, what you're gonna
Yeah.
do. And there's like 3 different situations that...
Other characters are better options, of course, but Laguna, I feel Laguna creates a sort of wall. It's kind of like a grounded Ultimecia, but shit.
Okay.
So, for example, with Ultimecia, when she places Night Lance charged,
Yeah.
you can't really do much about that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there you go. With Laguna's grounded shield, electric shield even, you can't really go around it that much. Like, you need to respect it in a way. You can punish it, you can do a lot of things, but it does change your playstyle quite a lot.
The thing is though that with ground E shield is like if I dash into it, I will hit the floor. Oh fuck. I will hit the floor.
Yeah.
And this is like a perfect opportunity for like to assist, following assist for example.
That's the thing with Laguna. Laguna does not have many assist options. He doesn't have like a safe, let's say like a Beat Fang where he can cancel the attack midway through and assist.
Yeah.
All Laguna's attacks are pretty much, you commit to Laguna's attacks. The thing with Laguna, and this is his biggest weakness, is you need to react to everything. Oming Bazooka, for example, if I hit with Oming Bazooka, it's never guaranteed which way it's going to hit you.
Yeah,
So-
like you could. There's like a potential where I could get wall rushed, or a potential where I just don't get wall rushed at all.
I could hit you point blank in the face with Homing Bazooka and it could knock you in front of me. That's the way the move works. It's very random.
Yeah.
But that's Laguna's strength in a way as well. It makes him hard to punish. It's hard to read him. He's bad. Don't get me wrong. But this character, a lot of people just don't understand him.
Yeah. So, what would you say about so in general, your perspective on Laguna is like he's a fun character because he has all these tools, but he's shit, but he's still fun to play, right?
Yeah.
I see. Oops.
Game something. You can't blame the VOD for that one because I'm the only one doing it.
So, wow. Okay, hold on. I have to get close to you. There we go. His dash speed is also relatively...
Oh, Laguna's dash speed is... It's not as bad as some characters. He's not like Garland or... Oh, do you see that then?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not like Garland dash speed or... shit, that was bad punish. Laguna's dash speed is sort of middle-ish. But, it's not the worst. It services, but he's not gonna, be the character who gets X-Cores. Laguna's pretty much just a turtle character.
Yeah, I think my last upload kind of like indicated that pretty well.
Yeah, and I think we can both agree that Tidus vs Laguna is Tidus' favour, and that says a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. But he does have like ways to keep Tidus away, but it just doesn't.
At the end of the day, Laguna can out-turtle anyone. He just can't land a hit. Laguna's going to bring up so much brave, and that's going to work against him because of the damage on this. Laguna's biggest strength again is just his mix-ups. He is a very strong character mix-up-wise, and things like that. See, I can. Oh, that was a bad example, but if it wasn't for the stage, that I could have, comboed off that. And see, like that, you went to punish, you got E-Shield. Laguna is great like that. It's never predictable when you can hit him. He's gonna hide behind the shield, he's gonna ricochet even, and you can never predict what Laguna's gonna do. He's very strong that way.
So, would you say that characters like Golbez and stuff, like, would you say like your experiences with other players such as like Exxon, they play completely different characters that do have like tools to kind of like get you out of the E-Shield? Oh, yeah.
Sorry, could you repeat the question again? Sorry?
Sorry?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Oh, yeah, so do you... you've played other players as well, like Exxon, for example, who.
Oh yeah, I used to play pretty heavily in the Eve scene. Play people like Narolf, LXD, people like that, KRN.
Yeah, and for example, like a character like Golbez, they have tools to kind of like ignore your E-shield.
Oh, I've always gone by the fact that Golbez probably 7-3s Laguna. It's a very bad matchup for Laguna. That's the thing with Laguna. He's a ground-based turtle who's very bad at being a ground-based turtle. Laguna is good at being bad, if that makes sense. Laguna's got a tool set that is built in a certain way, but it doesn't work in that way.
Yeah.
But it still works in a strange way.
The system mechanics don't really make Laguna shine.
No, not at all. Like, assist should be Laguna's best friend, but it's really not. The only real assist options Laguna has is Earth, but that's with Pummel, and that goes against Laguna's zoning design.
Yeah,
Laguna's design, in my opinion, is that of a sort of mid-range ground-based zoner.
Yeah, so
then Pummel is like this. That's Pummel. It's a good move in a way. It's not like Beat Fang or Hop Step, but it works.
Yeah, it keeps like at least you have something to clash with.
Yeah, it's like in the past, I'm sure the City of Forum users saw me bash Pummel. I don't think it's a bad move. I think it's a move that contradicts Laguna's design.
Yeah, it's kind of like this. Like for me, it's like the same with Tidus. Like for example, like Tidus used what I saw Tidus as is a counter character. He focuses on like countering all sorts of moves, but the fact that it's so slow and limited, and there's like limited invincibility frames, it kind of like doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
But there's like, of course, there's uses for it. I can double dodge. I'm safe most of the time as long as there's like not an assist to punish me with. But it goes against the design of what Tidus is.
I 100% agree. I mean, Pummel to me is Laguna's option if someone's in his face. That's all it is. I know a lot of people like the idea that it could give him rushdown options, but Laguna is not a rushdown character at the end of the day. Laguna's strength is his zoning.
Would you say that that comes up with another question? Like you see also people using air assist with Plummet, with Laguna, sorry, to land their plummets, and like what is your argument about that? Like why do you not like using Aerith as much as Jet?
Sorry, can you repeat that question?
Why do you like using Aerith, Jet as opposed to Aerith? Because Aerith can land.
Assist. Yes. The thing with Jet is Jet can react from anything. Laguna like that would not always land.
Okay.
But that doesn't matter.
That's a bad example.
For example, Laguna has like random knockbacks. You can never guarantee where Laguna will knock you back Walrus Rise.
Yeah.
Everything is very sort of hit and miss with Laguna. So if I hit you in the face again with Homizuka, you might get shot in front of me because that's his hitboxes.
Yeah.
Jet gives Laguna time to, if he sees a wall rush, he can punish it and then get time to sort of react. You can get into the floor for like a satellite laser like that. Or he can, dash towards you and get a Ragnarok blade. I think Jet gives Laguna a lot more freedom, if that makes sense. Like, you're sort of restricted to one thing, which is Pummel. But with Jet, Laguna gets a lot more time, because Jet has, I'm sure anyone who's played the game knows Jet has a lot of active frames, which is both a blessing and a curse. But for Laguna, that's a big blessing, because of course, if Jet hits you from across the room, I can rush to the ground and satellite laser, or I can rush towards you and Ragnarok blade. No other assist gives Laguna that freedom like Jet does. Jet is the best assist for Laguna, if you ask me.
Okay, so, like, of course, like, with the release of the City Arcade, like, it got released today in Japan, and, as the City of fan, like, I absolutely love the game, regardless of it not being a competitive fighting game, but like, what are your hopes on Laguna itself? Like, he's
My
bound to
big-
show up in the game.
My big hopes for Laguna in the Dissidia arcade are they beef up his idea as a ground-based sort of melee range zoner. I think that's where Laguna's best, in sort of melee range, mid-melee range. I'd love more things like E-Shield and Ricochet Shot. I think Laguna, as that sort of dynamic that Nova Zone has, that he's best in the middle range. Like, he can punish your dodge's Ricochet Shot. So I think for, that was a mistake, but I think for arcade, Laguna needs to build on this idea of being in melee range as a zoner. So I'd love more ideas like maybe Laguna having a ground-based melee move like he pulls out a Gunblade. That would fit the story if anyone played Final Fantasy VIII. Laguna had a Gunblade. He actually beat a Ruby Dragon with a fake Gunblade. So my ideal Laguna is just a melee-based zoner. That's all he needs to be. He doesn't need to be like a zoner like Kefka or Ultimisha. Laguna has his own personality. He's this melee-based zoner. Laguna is pretty strong.
Yeah, don't remind me of Nisha or Kefka. I like the times I played Zones Kefka, for example. It's always a nightmare. It's always a nightmare because he actually feels like a zoner, whereas Laguna, I feel more like, okay, how do I get around his E-Shield? That's like the only thing. But if he, well, okay, but if,
Close. Yeah, I know.
But if the E-Shield isn't up, then I can have like a field day. But with Kefka, it's more like, oh man, this, oh my god, this state is really shit. But with Kefka, like, he has so many tools, and he also has a damage output similar to Laguna.
That's one of Laguna's big that's one of Laguna's big strengths I didn't mention. Of course, Laguna's damage output is insane. Like, Laguna can crit upwards of like 500 from a single hit.
Yeah, like, his damage is good. It's just landing it. He just got smacked.
Oh god damn!
Oh no.
Oh god damn! Yeah, it's pretty hard to pay attention and people know when you're talking, but yeah. Again, I don't really want much from Laguna in Dissidia arcade. All I want is a viable character, if that makes sense. I think they've got good design philosophy with Laguna right now. He's got his own design. No one plays like Laguna. That's a good thing and a bad thing, but no one feels like Laguna right now.
No, but no one wants to play Laguna because he's shit. Like,
exactly.
Like, people were like so hyped to play Laguna. Oh, we got hit by that. People were so hyped to play Laguna.
No one was hyped to play Laguna. Everyone wanted Cypher.
When he came out, like, everyone was like, "Oh, Laguna, yeah, he's like an awesome entry to Dissidia." And then when people started playing him, he's like, "Oh no, he's shit." And then people started dropping him.
This is a bit of background on me. I never played Dissidia, the original Dissidia Online. I had the original game, of course. I messed around with it. I played Zidane and Onion Knight. And when I picked up Ep.1, I got PS3 soon after, and I was like, I like these characters, but I don't want to play. And I played more with Laguna, and I like the idea of this character, you know, who he's got these ranged options, and they all do good damage, and he can punish dodges, he can, you know, he reacts to you less than you reacting to him. I like that idea as a zoner. Of course, once you go online, you realise everyone reacts to Laguna the same. He's pretty shit. But the more you play Laguna, you realise Laguna's a character about stalling.
Stalling and losing out on the X scores.
That's Laguna's strength right there. The more you play Laguna, you realise the longer you stall out a match, the more mistakes your opponent makes. And that's where Laguna becomes really good. Yeah. Because you make a mistake and Laguna's going to punish it.
That's not, but it's like then the same with, then you have the EX scores where Laguna can't really do anything about.
Yeah, Laguna can't be EX scores.
Yeah.
Even if you wanted to, Laguna's EX it's good. Laguna's EX is good. It removes all his end-like on all his attacks, so he can, you know, start spamming Omungazooka. He can, you know, just go crazy, but it's never worth it. It's not like an EX like Tidus, who can dash through it quickly and then run around and reflect low.
There's so many things about his EX mode that I want to bring up, but I won't.
go on. I mean, like, I can compare it to Laguna here. Laguna's EX mode is pretty much all end lag is removed from his attacks, which is great on paper. Like, you know, I can spam more rockets. I can, you know, pummel and then follow up with a rocket. That is a good mix-up right there. But Laguna would never get his course. Never.
Yeah.
Unless it's against, like, say, Cloud, or I think Laguna's actually on par with Cloud's dash speed.
I think he's slower, isn't he?
He might be. I'm not sure though. Actually, I don't tend to care about it.
Alright. I noticed how we're getting all these small, obnoxious stages.
Actually, this stage is pretty good for Laguna. I kind of like stage for Laguna. It's not great, but I think the small stages do work for Laguna sometimes.
Well, it also helps that the core is not too far. Small stages. Oh my god, I missed that.
Yep, you did. Oh, that was supposed to be a new shield. But yeah, I mean, Laguna's best stages for me are Crystal Tower and Phantom Train. Those are Laguna's best stages.
Everyone hates Phantom Train.
Yeah, there's a reason. That's a very bad stage, but it's very good for Laguna.
So you said earlier that Laguna being bad is actually like, what was that you said earlier?
Laguna being bad is actually kind of good in a way because no one knows how to play against them.
Well, yeah, but then there's like Phantom Train and stuff like that, so and it's a bad stage, so it's kind of like going with the team.
Yeah, Laguna has no real. He doesn't feel like he belongs to this game. I think we've had this discussion before, but Laguna feels like he's a Dissidia 1 character, not a Dissidia 012 character. Laguna does not feel like he was made for this game.
Would you feel that the assists were more of an afterthought?
Yeah.
They're like, how can we like implement? Like, how do we prevent turtling? And I think that's the best they could come up with system limitations.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. Oh, that was supposed to be funny, but that went wrong. Oh, you mother!
Hey, I saw you peeking out there.
Sorry, that was me sort of ignoring the questions for a second and playing the game. But yeah, Laguna very much feels like he was not built around assists. Laguna requires assists, but at the same time doesn't do well assists. He feels like a Dissidia 1 character. He feels pretty much like Squall as a grounded character.
Yeah. So now that, I mean, even if Laguna gets announced, there's, and I'm sure that you're excited for O12. No, not O12. Arcade.
Arcade, yeah.
Yeah, just as much as I am, for example, or any of the existing Dissidia players. Like, what are your thoughts on the 3-on-3 aspect?
At first I was torn. At first I didn't like it. But right now, I'm for it, really. I mean, as someone who plays Laguna has a lot of potential, but that will never be fulfilled in a 1v1 game.
Yeah.
Laguna is clearly built around being a unsafe zoner. But in a free review game, for example, Laguna could have, say, Tidus protecting him or Cloud protecting him.
Yeah.
You don't get this right now.
Yeah. So would you rather have like Laguna as more of a support role?
I think Laguna should be not support. I think E-Shield should be wider, like a maybe that can cover your party members.
A barrier.
Yeah, like a barrier, bit like your shoulders, but only reflect like range moves. It'd give Laguna sort of it'd actually fit Laguna's design of a melee-based zoner. If he worked with melee characters, so like a shield that worked against range attacks, that would fit his idea, you know.
Oh yeah. So then he could keep shoot characters, shoot type characters like Terra or your Stola, like out of the, like away from the melee's harm.
Yeah, it'd fit his design. He'd be along, instead of, you know, hiding behind, like, say, Tidus or Cloud, he'd be fighting alongside them.
Yeah.
And having a shield with them so he can protect them.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get you this time. No!
Oh, you... God damn it. But yeah, I mean, Laguna's E-Shield is very flawed, but I think the idea of it being a thing that, you know, reflected all these spells and had a wide range so melee could hide behind it, that could be a very good dynamic for Laguna. So you can, you know, set the shield up, melee, fight beside it, and... Oh, god damn it. But yeah, I mean, my big issue with Laguna has always been that he's always needed more follow-up options. Laguna does not really combo well. I mean, he can do a lot of damage like that. Like, Ricochet shot does so much damage.
Yeah. But it's also partially because of sneak attack. So if I put up like disable sneak attack, then the only time you can get that high amount of damage is with
Counterattack.
Yes.
Even then, though, it does quite a lot of damage. I mean, it's 470 damage from a single shot. That is insane. That's the wrong timing. But yeah, I mean, Laguna's damage is one of his big points. I mean, I used to have a damage set built around Laguna back in the day, and that got me through so many matches because I could do so much damage. Like I could break you in a single hit.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't feel. I don't feel like when I play other Lagunas, like your Laguna stands out because you know how to achieve that high damage. Like you know exactly how to mix up, you know how to follow up. That made me respect Laguna, but also kind of like maybe reconsider like, is he really trash? Is he absolute trash? But yeah,
I don't think he's absolute trash, but compared to the rest of the cast, he is. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Laguna is a good character in right hands.
How much is that?
He's got the options, but oh, you.
So, like, what are the characters you're looking forward to in the City Arcade?
Bart's and Ramza.
Yeah.
Bart's because I love the idea of Bart's being support. It fits him so well.
Oh yeah.
And Ramza because I think Final Fantasy Tactics is very underrated, and Ramza was amazing.
Yeah, I personally did not play Final Fantasy Tactics. I did.
That's your disservice, Nero. You should play Final Fantasy Tactics.
I did play it. It came out on Game Boy Advance, didn't it?
That was Tactics Advance. That's a completely different game, Nero.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
The original Tactics came out on PS1, and then there was a re-release on the PSP called War of the Lions. The War of the Lions was a better version overall. It added extra characters, Balthier and Luso from Tactics Advance 2. But it had like slowdown and spells because the PSP was pretty shit. But yeah, Tactics. This is like kind of off topic, but the fact that Ramza is in arcade to me says that they're more willing to go with spin-offs.
Yeah. And
that is very good for me because I'd love to see characters like Ashley Riot from Vagrant Story and just more characters like that. It'd be great.
But that's the thing, though. It's still a Final Fantasy spin-off.
Well, Vagrant Story was set in Evil East. That's the thing.
Oh.
Vagrant Story was the last story in the Evil East franchise.
Oh, okay.
Evil East is pretty confusing.
Well, see, you're showing me right now because like the thing is with me, like I love Final Fantasy, but I did not become. I did not become a fan of Final Fantasy until Final Fantasy X because I was primarily more of a handheld person.
That makes sense. Yeah, I can't blame you. I mean, Final Fantasy, if you ask me, is best on handhelds. My favorite games are best on handhelds. So I love 6, I love 5, I love 4, I love 3. I mean, my favorite Final Fantasy is always gonna be 6. I love 9. That's not an handheld, but you know.
Yeah, but the thing is, I did play like 7, 8, or 9. Everyone played it, but
everyone played those. Yeah,
I played those, but I wasn't really attached to the Final Fantasy franchise because there is one RPG that will always like remain true to that will always stay close to my heart, and which is Golden Sun.
Golden Sun is fantastic. That was one of my first game with wasted games, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, it's like that art, like that game. Just like even, I mean, even to this day, like I still love playing it. I love the idea and the concept behind it. And
It's a bit
so,
dated these days. Well, it's not. It's still playable these days, and there's a reason I voted Isaac for the Smash ballot.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
A bit off topic, wasn't it, right there?
yeah, we're going a bit off topic, but like Golden Sun is just really like a game that I was enjoying and I'm loving so much, and I was like so hyped when I saw like Golden Sun 2, and I was like, oh my god, yes, a sequel.
And then you played Golden Sun 3 and you realised life was shit.
Fun fact, I did not play Golden Sun 3.
You lucky bastard. I actually remember I was in college back then.
Uh-huh.
I was doing my music course and it came out. I was like, yes, I skipped 3 days of college to play it. I regret it. I could have used that education instead. Because I got to the end, I'm like, oh, this is awful. And the cliffhanger was terrible.
And that's like that's what I skipped out on. Like I didn't have a DS at the time, so I didn't really have a way to play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back on topic, we're gonna round this up pretty soon. But so Laguna is your favorite character. You gave all your reasons, like why you like him, why you enjoy Buzz as a character as well.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking forward to the City Arcade, playing as Ramza, playing as Laguna.
Bots. And Laguna.
Yeah, Laguna is bound to be announced, like it's without a doubt.
Yeah, I hope so. He'll probably be one of the last because who cares about Laguna? I mean, he's one of my favourite characters, but I'll be honest, he's not popular.
For the man with the machine gun, he's not using it quite well.
Oh, that's no whole other rant why that movie's shit. Like, I could, make an argument why every move of Laguna's is usable, but I can't make one for machine gun.
Okay, but that rounds, I think we'll wrap it up here. If you guys enjoyed this conversation, then please hit the like button. We'll do more of those if it reaches some kind of popularity. But yeah, we apologize beforehand if the matches aren't really.
Yeah, we weren't paying full attention, really.
Yeah, I was just full sliding all over the place.
I wasn't even looking what Nero was doing. I was just playing Laguna.
Yeah, but you have if you are interested in seeing a couple of serious matches, I did put up an upload before that, showing how Laguna is played.
And if you always want to see more Laguna, you can always follow me on YouTube account, which is hard to spell, so Nero can put in the description.
I'll put a what's it called? I'll put a
link.
A link, yeah. I'll put it.
A link to the past.
Yes.
See what I did there?
So we'll put up a link there. But yeah, really, if you do enjoy it, then please hit the like button. And if you have any requests about the next topic, please hit it in the comment section below, and we will make sure to discuss about that next time. I think that wraps up. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wraps up. Thank you for having me, Nero. It's the first time I've heard your voice.
Oh, it's very delicate.
It's like a beautiful rose. Roses online.
Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you, Erourk, for joining, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.